Hi all, my name's Adam Ray. On behalf of the Abundance Group, thank you very much for watching in and taking part in this video. I'd just like to spend a couple of minutes formally introducing you to Angela Delmarco, the owner and operator of the Abundance Group, and just spend a few minutes and I guess pose some questions to give you a bit more insight of what drives Ange and what drives the Abundance Group. Thank you. So I guess just to start with, Ange, how long have you been running a finance business for?
Just on 23 years.
Okay, and what were you doing prior to owning your own finance business?
Prior to that, I worked for one of Australia's big fours, like major bank.
Yep.
I was responsible for managing near on 400 staff across 29 branches. So a lot of people.
Wow. What made you leave that particular role and decide to go out and work for yourself?
Yeah, there was a huge catalyst to that. So part of my role, I had to encourage our managers and our staff to sell the products that the bank made money from. So what happened was the banks introduced a separate home loan product and brought that to market at a whole 0.25% more than our other home loan product. They were identical products. So I totally disagree with it, and in fact what the Royal Commission into banking is all about is about the right product for a client. It's just 2 decades too long. Like that should have been 2 decades ago. We had this inquiry. So to cut a long story short, after some soul searching, I realised that I was being paid to do a job which was encourage my managers to sell that particular home loan product, and I disagreed with it to my very core. We weren't doing the right thing by customers.
Of course.
I wanted the client to get the best product at the best price and give them great service. And if we gave the clients great service, then generally we would get repeat business and have a happy client.
Understandable.
So therefore I quit, everyone was shocked. I'm actually still shocked that I quit, but 23 years later I quit.
Yep. So leaving for, I guess you've started off with doing that, and you've left there because obviously Banking Royal Commission. So I guess probably what moved you to then start your own business?
Again, that was an interesting journey. I took a job which I thought would be a lovely job as a display home receptionist. I thought I'd just show lovely people through a lovely home and that would be it.
Yep.
But what happened was, in that, I was outside the 4 walls of a big institution.
Okay.
And I realised that the general public didn't have the knowledge I had about lending and home loans and all that. And I saw time after time people that wanted to buy their dream home be declined by their own bank just because they didn't know how to present their application in the correct light. So I was drawn back into finance. I tried to get away, but I guess it's in my blood.
Yeah, again, obviously the passion's there. So again, we're probably moving forward now to the Abundance Group, and probably what's one of the main things that you'll describe from working with one of the country's major banks, leaving their display, being drawn back to finance. I guess probably what's one of the main things. If I was to ask you, how would you describe the Abundance Group?
Oh wow, how long have you got? We specialise in understanding or trying to peel back the layers about a person's world and what it is they're trying to achieve. And what I have found over many years is that you liken it to when you start dating. You don't actually you might talk about what you want to achieve in life, kids, families, holidays, but what I find is a lot of people don't actually have those hard conversations about what they want to achieve financially.
No.
So, and again, a lot of people don't know where to go to ask for help about that. So in very essence, we're almost like a financial coach, if you will, in trying to show people what might be possible and then helping them to achieve it using their own very resources that are there but being underutilised.
Yeah, no, that's a great explanation. And probably personally, and that's probably a two-pronged question, I guess. Personally, what would you say has probably been your greatest success?
Oh, wow.
Personally,
wow. I think the greatest compliment you can ever get is when you get a referral from a customer. And I'm thinking of a couple of couples now, like John and Anne, who have looked after their children as well.
Mm-hmm.
So John and Anne have a vast portfolio, now happily retired, and so looking after their kids. And another couple, Jodie and Steve, again looked after them and then introduced to their children. So the personal aspect, I think, is quite remarkable. As far as business and how far you can get, being named AFG's Grand Champion Broker of the Year.
Great achievement.
Yeah, 3 years achieved.
3 years in a row.
I think there was a year in between,
Okay.
but let's ignore that year. Beyond that, I think in more recent times, because Abundance is, we're very heavily client focused, so being recognised and becoming actually a finalist in the Better Business Awards in a category of client service, that's awesome. Even just to be like as a finalist. But I think the thing that I'm most proud about is the team that I have around me. Everyone is passionate, they're handpicked and groomed by myself, and if they don't share the passion about put the client first, then they don't make the grade. So I think having a team of people that have that and share that passion with me, I would say that's my greatest achievement.
Oh, fantastic. I probably had I guess that lastly, talking about awards and those sorts of things, I have noticed and you can probably see in the cabinet behind us there are several awards, and obviously there are many. What would probably be one of the, I guess, the standout in terms of awards that you've received over the many years working in this industry?
I would say as an individual independent.
Okay.
So, we compete against the likes of the big four majors, the franchises such as Yojo Hooker, Aussie, to be recognised as being a leader in the field in amongst those peers is probably the greatest achievement that I feel being recognised and being put in the same category, even though we are independent, we're not owned and controlled by anyone. The decisions and everything, the buck stops with me. So, we're not a huge organisation, but we're one that care.
No, that's fantastic. So I hope that gives you some sort of insight into Angela and her team, of which I'm a passionate team member of here at the Abundance Group. And thank you very much for watching in.